Welcome back. This is Pineleaf Needles. Let's have a look at our traits. Since I did complete a deed last time, well, I had already taken the point I got for reaching 21. No new virtues there, so let's go into the class. I finally got uppercut. So let us equip that. And we will put that there. Alright, that looks like a good place to put it. Good. So that gives me uppercut. Now let's talk to Gandalf here. Road to the Lonely Mountain.
Why do you disturb me?
My friends, as you know, a great battle was fought at the foot of the Lonely Mountain many years ago. Now, with trouble stirring in the east, I am concerned. I wish to know what happened to our allies and enemies of the past. Master Elrond in Rivendell is preparing for a council, which includes representatives of every folk and many lands. Perhaps he may have more insight into the troubles. Are you willing to travel to Rivendell on my behalf? I have arranged for the swiftest travel possible to Imladris. Now, there is one reason to take this quest. Actually, there are two reasons. One is if you plan to do the instances that are involved in it, then you should take it for whatever reward they give. And yes, I was not thinking that it would be an instant port just by accepting it, but it is. But the other reason, and at our level more important, which is why I'm not heading to Master Elrond's house, but in the opposite direction, is the Stable Master. Now, it so happens that it'll be a while before the stable from Bree unlocks to head for Rivendell. But the stable at Oscaruth in the Lone Lands does open up relatively early, and we will be heading to Oscaruth soon. So I might as well have it here. And Rivendell is a good place to have a stable set up because
How can I be of service?
it can be a bit of a challenge to get here. Though, of course, the way my pets have been going lately, I could probably just breeze through all the stuff that lies in between. Maybe not at this level, though I've heard of some people who have made it at lower levels than 21 all the way across. And those who are really good at stealth, I'm sure will have absolutely no trouble. And when I say stealth, I don't necessarily mean a burglar, but in avoiding things like level 30-odd beasts along the way. But if you want a simple way in order to get to Rivendell, then take that quest when Gandalf gives it to you and pop over. Now, talking to Elrond at this point is probably not the most necessary thing in the world. As I said, unless, of course, you're planning on doing the quests, because, I mean, the instances. Because this is related to the 3-player instances that are tied in with the Lonely Mountain that came out last year, ostensibly as part of the Rohan expansion, but let's face it, it was to give a nod to the release of the Hobbit movie, or to the first of the Hobbit movies, since a second one has since come out. And Elrond is down there now. I have no idea if there's anyone who actually goes around the proper direction to reach Elrond.
Will you lend me your aid once more?
Welcome, and well met. I understand that Gandalf the Grey has sent you to me. That is well, for I do indeed have knowledge of our allies and enemies of old, or rather, those who have come for counsel do. If I were you, I would speak with Glorfindel by the stream outside my home. He has friends among the great eagles and has received dire news. As well, speak with the elf prince Legolas and Boromir, Captain General of Gondor, as at the guest houses. They also bear news of the outside world. So therefore, we must talk to them as to what is going on. Now, the instances involved here are scalable instances, starting at level 20. I think starting at level 20. That's where most instances start off, at least that they don't care too much about the, let's see, Road to Erebor. Yeah. Alright, yeah, they don't tell you when they start, but you can do it at level 21, so obviously you can do it at level 20. And as far as I know, until they had released the epic battles, there weren't any that started before then. Now, Glorfindel's this way. He likes the waterfall. And for those of you who saw the LOTR movie but not read the books, yes, Glorfindel is one of the elves of the House of Rivendell, and in fact a very
What can I
important
do
one.
for you?
Ah! Pine Wolf, I assume that Master Elrond has told you of my troubles, or at least somewhat of them. I have received word from Gwahir the Windlord, a king of the great eagles of the Misty Mountains. Stone giants have stolen an egg from the eyries of the great eagles and propose to eat it. Gwahir is greatly distressed, but cannot take the matter upon himself. He has asked for aid, and perhaps you may be able to give it. Travel to Eobor's Peak and rescue the eagle's nest. And essentially all that means is run the instance Eobor's Peak. Now maybe sometime I could find a couple people to run it with, but that's not for now. Or maybe later after I have a few levels I might try to solo them, since they are scalable, so I could always knock it down a few levels to make it soloable. Because all it says is to run the instance. It doesn't say what level you have to run the instance at. So I presume that we could at some point try doing it at a lower level and seeing if it gives you credit if you do it at a lower level. But for now we need to go to the guest house where Boromir and Legolas are housed. Now this is a little bit out of timeline, I'll have to grant you, because you've got Gandalf sending us there, presumably before he arrives in Rivendell, but at the same time Boromir, I believe, was supposed to have arrived the night before the council, if I recall correctly. Therefore, the usual thing about MMOs and timelines.
How can I be of service?
You are a lore master of some note, I hear. Perhaps you may be of service to my father. I was sent here with dire news from which I will only speak of to Master Elrond's council. But there is another matter of importance that needs to be addressed. My father is concerned by the increased stirrings of the great spiders. Our scouts tracked the origin of the Scuttledells in southern Mirkwood, but we have heard nothing from them since. Will you journey to the Scuttledells with your allies and discover what has happened to them? Swift travel shall be provided to you. Swift travel meaning use the instance finder.
What can I do for you?
"Ho there, good man! As I traveled here from Gondor in the south, I was troubled by goblins from the Misty Mountains. From their words and through rumors I heard from the scattered men abroad, I deemed that the great goblin has arisen within the mist. I thought this might be concerning to the master of Rivendell, for Imladris lies within the shadows of the mountains. Would that I could take upon myself the glorious adventure of bringing these goblin caves down upon their ears, but my errand is of vastly greater import. Perhaps you might undertake this adventure? So now we just need to complete these scaling instances, and that'll complete the quest, which is of course not the work for today. Now these are all related to the Hobbit because Abor's Peak takes you into the Lonely Mountains Misty Mountains to face the giants, which has to do with the scene with the giants in the Misty Mountains. Then we have the seat of the Great Goblin, which you face the new Great Goblin here, because you can recall, if you've ever seen The Hobbit or read The Hobbit, what happened to the previous Great Goblin. And finally, Webs of the Scuttledells, and that is a reference to all the spiders that Bilbo faces when he has his adventures, even though the Scuttledells, those are southern Mirkwood spiders, but it looks like Legolas is of the opinion that the southern Mirkwood spiders are the origin of the ones that you meet in the north in The Hobbit. So I presume that will be in the second movie, since they did not reach Mirkwood for the first. So I guess I should have put a spoiler alert on there. I just read The Hobbit so long ago that I didn't think about it being a spoiler on something that would happen, but of course we recently had a second movie come out. So I'm sure there are plenty of ads that made that clear. Now, I think I cannot use this
How can I be of
Stable
service?
Mastery yet. There's probably, yeah, the Southern Bree one has it locked until... Oh, actually, I might never have talked to the Southern Bree person in any case, even if I had... Oh, it does say minimum level 40. Alright. Yeah, they're like, why level 40? I don't know. That's a ridiculously high level for that. Fortunately... Oh, wait, I keep on forgetting. I've got it here. I do have my port to the Prancing Pony. So that'll take me there. And that's a little tour of Rivendell. It's certainly not anything worth experience at this time, since I didn't finish a single one of those 3 instances. So let us head over to the bulletin board and take care of a few of those tasks. Since the next time I'm probably back in this area, I'll probably be out-leveled from everything. So let us look. We need some blackened sword sheaths, glistening filth, and I have 3 orders of pitted finger bones, but I've got to do this one order at a time. Guess I don't need that. Oh no, actually I do want that. Hello, more tasks.
Greetings.
These are probably going to
What can I do for
go
you?
away soon, which is why I want to make sure
Greetings.
I hand them in before that happens. I suppose I could use my mount to go back and forth here. To the finger bones, right? Yes. Seems like such a short distance in which to hop on a horse and go back and forth. Be nicer with a hunter or warden where I could just
What can I do for you?
speed up. Wait, don't I get rid of some of those speed buffs? I at least do that. I should have thought of that when I was doing all that running all over the place in Rivendell. Very well. Thank you for your service.
Greetings.
Now that brings up my rep a little bit. Only up to acquaintance though. So I don't think I'm going to go through the effort of getting all the way up to ally at this time. Because I think book 2 is level... yeah, around level 22. So by the time I get all the way up there to Círdan, that's probably how high I'm going to be. I really should sell some stuff first though before I head off. And since I have to talk to her for
How do you do?
might as well take the Candake Stele
Stay,
quest
have
since
some
that
tea.
sends me to the Lone Lands anyway, and that's where I'm going. And now browse the
What
shop.
can I do for you this fine day?
Oh, you could sell me a few things. Right, any jewelry recipes? No jewelry recipes in there. Everything else can go, so I can get plenty of room. And actually, I don't think these will be any good for any tasks. Even if they are now, they'll probably won't be by the time I get back, so I might as well just sell them. Light hides. Well, I'm not going to do anything with those, so I might as well sell those. Might as well sell those. Or I should head on to Hengstacer. Actually, that's probably where I should go right now. Is go to Hengstacer Farm. Kick off those. Show an example of those horse dailies. Nah. Do that later. I'll probably click on those treasures later on, but not while we're here online. And head on our way. Actually, no, I don't want to head on my way. What I want to do is to pick up, there is another quest also for the Lone Lands that's out here. That's Candake Stele. The other one is Sullied Name, which is out here.
Would you do something for me?
And he just wants me to deliver a letter because apparently someone was using his name. A case of identity theft or something to that effect. Hello?
This is intolerable.
Yeah, it's still on the... These two guys aren't the most pleasant people.
Tell me what you need or
Alright.
move along.
Well, he's sending me to... I'm not going to worry about going to the vault yet. Actually, the vault... I was right next to the vault, so probably I could have shown it to you without too much trouble. Because they had moved the vault since the original game. Originally, the vault was a little bit further away. Yeah. Alright. Sheesh. Some bears are really feisty. And this perhaps would be my study in silver. Now, let's see. And this guy, no, I don't, yeah, okay, this is where you go for some quests that, well, there are a number of quests in this area that he sent you for. Here and up there, all over the place, actually, in order to, yeah, it's silver. In order to investigate some brigands in the area. Not the same brigands that are troubling Adso, but plenty of brigands nevertheless. What I am going to see is Saradin. Now Saradin is also the person who sent me a letter earlier, and you would have noticed that there was this letter that was in my box for a while. I don't know if I ever actually took that quest. I guess I'll find out when I talk to Saradin whether or not he has a quest for me to finish. Actually, I think this is map to Saradin's Lodge. Yeah, I've already got the quest. Alright, hello. Right, so first off, Saradin's call.
What do you need?
It's good to finally meet you! Your efforts in these lands restores hope where it is needed most. I only hope that we can lean upon you for more assistance, of course. We must work diligently to undo the harm that has been wrought in these lands right.
What do you need?
And he wants me to talk to go to the Greenway and all that fun stuff, but that is barrow iron. Alright, but that's for another day.
What do you need?
But for the epic quest, I must confess that I do not know where Radagast is bound when he left here, but other than eastward into the Lonelands. I do know that he was concerned with lightning which he saw on the peak of Weathertop. One of my kinsmen candidates has already journeyed to Weathertop to investigate. Perhaps Radagast has joined him there. If you wish, my horses would bear you to Candate's camp. So therefore, I can take this horse here, and this horse is easy. Oh, that's right. No, I guess I use his travel
What do you need?
destinations. Candate's encampment is a free travel. So you might as well use it for free. I think you have to have the quest involved here in order to do it. So it's not like you could just use it as a quick transport back and forth constantly or something like that. Maybe I should check at some point. But this is going to be a little bit of a tour of the Lowlands. Now we're going by the horse fields right now through the festival grounds. And you can see there's the racetrack that you have in order to complete the festival item. And the festival starts tomorrow. I had completely forgotten about that. Yes. The festival is scheduled to start tomorrow, so therefore the festival grounds will be reactivated for that event. Though I might do the next recording before then, so therefore maybe just as well that I won't be in the area at the time. But if I'm back in the Bree area before the festival ends, perhaps we could do some visiting there. Though the main area for the festival is a special grounds that they set up in the north. Well, they really don't say where it's at, but it has Breeland type people, and it's cold, and it's snowy. Oh my goodness gracious, that's rich silver. Yes, 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 I know. I'm given a free transport to Candate's camp, and I dump it for a little silver. Fortunately, my prospector is up to a level so that even if I don't get any more silver, I at least can go to the next tier of crafting. And now I've got to do this on my own since I no longer have the gift mount. But if you're if you like to do crafting and the like, then that's the disadvantage of taking quick routes everywhere. Go to silver, then worry about the barrow iron. Boy, this is where all the silver's been hiding. Before I was always seeing barrow iron everywhere and rarely silver. Alright. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that barrow iron then. Okay. Oh no, is that more silver up ahead? Yep. Well, I really do need a white horse, so I can call the horse Silver. Because that would be really appropriate concerning the names of that I use. I tend to use either mineral names or names from nature or something like that. So Beauty's a little bit out of character, but I still haven't come up with a good name for my own, and yeah, there's no way in the world I would have gotten all the way there without mining at least once, considering all the silver that's along the way. And I very rarely go this way without just using the horse to take me there. Actually, there are some quests I was planning to drop off halfway between in order to get to, but I normally have just done the first 2/3, at least get into the lone lands. Through this way, barrel iron. So, okay. I wonder if there's a way for me to get up there. Alright, so now this is... Alright, that's silver. Actually, I'm going to bring out my Boggart just so that I don't get interrupted. Rich barrel. I'm not going to worry about that. But guard stance. I certainly don't want to have my guardian go and hit everything anywhere in any vicinity, of course. How far is it to the Lonely Mountain? 1,400 meters, yes. Now this is a tricky area because you've got these level 55 mobs here, and that's one of the reasons why I generally go through with the rented horse in there, is because you've got all these level 55 half orcs around this area, and I've never exactly figured out why you have level 55 mobs in this area. They are so out of place, and I have never actually had a quest to do anything with them because I'm nowhere near this area when I am at an appropriate level. And I don't think I've ever attempted to pick through here. Okay, we're back to birds. At least the birds are level 19, which are well within my reach. Yeah, I think that's too close to the camp. And it's barrel iron in any case. Yeah. These guys can almost one-shot me. Actually, it probably could literally one-shot me. And right next to them is a quest hub. A quest hub at my level. Yes. Imagine.
Could I speak with you a moment?
He wants some wolf pelts. Now this is where I usually drop off, right after the 55 mobs and in time for these guys.
Might I take a moment of your time?
She wants me to kill some orcs to get the bow, halberd, and mace, because Dale and Sam were too busy whimpering about losing our traps and our equipment. Fools! What we need to do is gather up our weapons and trudge right on back to Bree. We've lost traps before. In fact, most times you'll lose several traps when hunting prey that is worth hunting. We do have little means, but we should have enough to survive. What we do need is our weaponry. The orcs made off with everything of value, so get them back.
Could I speak with you a moment?
And choice cuts of wolf meat. So obviously we need to kill wolves, since we need pelts and wolf meat. And we also need traps. But not get too close to that guy. And it's not the right... Oh, that's the path down. So you can see, it's very easy to get into the wrong direction and go right into all these level 55 thugs while doing a level 22 quest. Oh, that's down there anyway, so I think that's down there. Yeah, it's down there. And that's where we have to go for the wolves in any case. And there are also a few orcs up here. Yes, it is orcs that we want to kill, not those half orcs. Well, I'll find the orcs at some point. Right now, let's worry about the wolves. Well, obviously the patch from yesterday did not tame us down any. Because I am still ripping through these. Ripping through these quite a bit. Let's see, we have more wolves. And this place is noted for wolves. Now that part there Now the bit about the wolf quest here, there used to be a very different set of wolf quests involved that you had to pick up in Bree, and they were way out of the way. You came all the way from Bree in order to do the quest, and came all the way back afterwards. Since then, Turbine has had mercy on us and gave us quest givers close by. And even strangers, one of the things you needed to kill were wolves that were stealthed. So therefore you would kill all the wolves that you needed, and then the stealth wolves, you would be spending the next half hour trying to find a stealth wolf in the area because they're too well hidden. Alright, there we go. And that is it for the wolves. So now, where are the orcs? As long as I avoid those level 55 orcs, I should be set. I really don't want to cross the river at the moment, so we could of course look at get our weapons back. Yeah, there's an area with weapons in this direction too. So that way I don't go too far from the quest location. There are plenty of orcs down in the other direction, which I'll be killing for when I go to Saradin's camp. And speaking of orcs, not Saradin's camp, Candate's camp. There, keep those names straight. Now we're in the Lone Lands, so now we get the Lone Lands Orc Slayer. Deep. Alright, that's the bow. Oh, that's the enemy. I guess one of them he dropped the halberd also. He was a greedy orc, wasn't he? He had both the halberd and the bow. Actually, we can mount up now since we have a clear path to them, unless I do something crazy like run towards the half orcs instead of to the quest giver. And we go upward and forward.
What do you need?
These will certainly help. Now, if I can only get these two to stop licking their wounds, gather their composure, and head back towards Bree, I might sleep in a real bed within a few nights. Good luck in that. I need 12 XP for level 22. Oh, spider. Level 19 spider. Level 55 half orc. Is there something wrong with this picture?
What do you need?
You are a truly generous hero. We thought our lives lost, then our livelihoods. Now we have a small bit of hope that we can recover. We shall be ever in your debt. Thank you. And that gets me up to level 22. And now what do I get? Share the power. Now what this does is this allows me to give power to another person. So I could use, actually this probably wasn't the best place to put that. Oh, that's right. Alright, so I will put power of knowledge there where I could draw power from an enemy, and then share the power where I can give it to a friend. More useful, of course, if you're constantly running in groups. So if I ever get around to doing that, then we can have that. Now I'll turn in the last quest and head over to Candate's camp for next time. Do you know Candace?
Could I speak with you a moment?
Yes, well, I'll pick up that quest next time, since that really concerns the next episode anyway. So I'll be back next time for episode 22 of Pineleaf Plays the Lore Master.